Hey lovely people, welcome to another video. My name's Athena. I am a brand new writer working on my first book whilst homeschooling two girls at home 24/7. They are with me constantly. Now, quick recap for those of you who have no idea who I am, because I mean, no one really does. I am doing the Pawrico2024 challenge, which is a new writing challenge for November, December and January. It is a 3-month challenge. You pick your own path. You could be drafting, editing, outlining. You pick what you have to do and you work on it within the time frame that you have. My personal path has been to outline, prep, do all the prepping work basically in November and write draft 3 of my book in December and January. I expect to have a finished draft 3 by the end of January. That is the goal. I don't know how delusional it is. We shall see. Now, I meant to film this video yesterday, maybe a bit sooner than that, maybe vlog a bit more last week. I had multiple breakdowns, so I did not get to do that. Why, you may ask? Well, number one, I guess imposter syndrome is really, really strong. Number two, I thought it would be really fun and productive to work against my neurodivergent brain, as one does. So I just had multiple breakdowns on how to go about figuring out the Save the Cat beats, understanding the beats, and then figuring out if I hit them or not within my second draft. I literally just could not figure out how to do that. It might sound simple, but I was just like it was not working. Until finally I grabbed my book, I sat down, got all my little tabs here, you can see them. I marked all of the beats. I sat down with my colorful pens, my really nice, sorry about my phone, my really nice Sahara pens, and just look at that. I love it, look at that, nicey. So I don't like highlighting with markers. I'm more of a pen underlining kind of gal. So I underlined everything and I then proceeded to make notes in my little notebook of each act, as though I were doing it for someone else, as though the goal and purpose of my understanding this information and making it into notes and basically a beat sheet outline sort of thing was to teach someone else, I can't speak today, was to teach someone else about the beats, about my story and the beats. I mean, it's a tactic, I guess. I did it. I officially have all my beats set up. Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. Act 1 probably needs the most work out of all 3 acts, but that's because I want to change some things just to make it more, you know. I have all the beats. I am super, super happy. I achieved my goal when I said I was going to achieve it. So no matter the breakdowns, no matter everything else, I still had my beat sheet done on Sunday. Today is Tuesday, the 19th of November. I forgot to mention that. I have the beat sheet. I had all the beats. My draft covered all the beats. So technically from a structure point, like a story structure point, my story was kind of like set. Like apparently the books I've read have definitely helped me. Okay, imposter syndrome is like a real big thing and I get hit by it constantly because I'm just constantly like, what makes me think I can write a book that anyone's gonna want to read? Like it's strong. So this one moment, I have to say, I am taking it as a win. I am holding it close to me that I actually understood the concept of story structure somehow, and I was able to have each of the beats and just the flow, the structure of it is there. My phone is very rude. So I'm beyond happy about that. And I'm taking it as a win because I need a win. Okay? Your girl needs a win. So I have my Save the Cat beats. I am very happy about that. Now, I did say my secondary goal, which I knew was going to take longer, of course, was I wanted to set up world building and whatnot. I'm going to be honest right now and say I haven't done too much of that. So, okay, two parts to this. Number one, I tried to delve into setting up world building for the entire book. And that was probably my main mistake. I cannot plan ahead so far ahead, basically. The same thing happened to me with outlining, the same thing happened, I cannot do that. I can create world building, backstory, history, all of that as I'm working through the scenes and as I need the various information and kind of add more to it as I go, rather than kind of figure it out from the beginning. Not that I don't know it, it's kind of there in my head, but at the same time, I just can't get it done. It just exhausts me to kind of have to try and kind of figure everything out when it's not immediately linked to the story, if that makes sense. I don't know if it's making sense. So, executive decision, because I was done. I did a lot of world building and a lot of I've sorted out a lot of into regards to like the religion and magic system which are rather intertwined at this point. I figured out a few other like little details that I do need as a general point of reference. I have an idea as to what I need in regards to Act 1, for example, and a very general idea for Acts 2 and 3, but I'm focusing more on Act 1 stuff at this point, and I have that kind of written down, and we'll move on from there slowly as I progress. If I was going to do anything more, I probably wouldn't do anything. And then there's another part to this, which is I am itching to start writing again. I am controlling myself and not jumping into a draft when I know I'm not prepared for it yet, because there's still one step left. One very, very important, and like the most important step, I would say, arguably. What am I? I can't speak today. Let's keep going. So with that being said, I'm itching to get writing. I need to start writing. So we are starting work on storyboarding. So I have my big board here. Let me show you for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about. That's just a testing paper. I bought this large board, and the goal is, and the goal is basically I'm going to set up a storyboard, all of my scenes, each on their individual little index card, for each of my protagonists, etc., based on the beats, but also just all the scenes, all the things. It'll be a huge like save the cat outline situation. So I need to do that because I need to be able to see every scene. I need to understand what I need to do in regards to world setup, so world building when it comes to setting up each of the scenes, the setting of the scene, the magic, what information needs to be shared and at what point in the story, and what backstory, history, lore, what information I need basically to kind of create on the side in order for me to add that information, even if it's just one sentence out of like a whole page into the story. So I need to kind of have a full view of my story so I can then know that, you know, the different spots where I have to add in the information that needs to be added, like revelations and just revealing of like certain things, plot twists, information after the plot twist has occurred. I just need to, I also need to know when I want to make my villain a little more like sneakily so, but also I want her to be in there in different points, and I haven't really done that as much. I want to do that more. So again, seeing the story as a whole and finding the little spots where I can pop in little tidbits, little, you know, Easter eggs of sort, that lead to the villain, that lead to the bad guys, that lead to the plot twists and all that kind of thing. I just need to be able to see it as a whole so that I can kind of do that. Because as I was doing draft 2, I realized that is one thing that I kind of was lacking, in that I was working on a scene by scene basis, chapter by chapter basis, and I didn't have the full image. I would reach like a point in Act 2 and I'd be like, I feel like this information should have been given earlier, like they should know this by now based on how the story has progressed, and I haven't done that, but now I can't go back all the way back there, like where would I even put it? Like, so that's kind of a goal. Like I want to be able to look at it as a whole and be able to go through each scene as I'm looking at the board and say, okay, so this is where that needs to go in. That information needs to be between this and this scene. That's where that has to go. This act, like that kind of thing. I'm hoping I'm making sense. If I'm not, I apologize. So with all of that being said, I have all of my like index cards. I have markers. I have everything. I'm going to start working on my storyboard because I'm itching to get writing. I need to start writing this draft. My entire, and I don't want to rush and jump into writing without having everything set up. I'm happy with where I am right now. I did not expect to be happy with where I am right now. I've been running on fumes and just running behind and just not, I don't know. Everything has been constantly falling behind with my writing and the way I kind of planned it out these past couple months at least, that being where I wanted to be at this point is remarkable. It is amazing. So I'm where I wanted to be right now. I wanted to be starting my storyboard right now, and that is what I'm doing. So I'm very happy about that. I'm hoping that I will be sorted out as far as the board is concerned by the end of this week. That is my goal. My goal for this week is to have my storyboard sorted out by Sunday. I want to have, if not completely ready, like even like all the little information tidbits and everything, I want to have the main structure, the main plot, the main save the cat beats and scenes all set up on the board, and then at least start working on where all the different information has to go and whatever from Monday. Like I think my ultimate goal this week is to have my Save the Cat plot beats all set up on my board. That is the ultimate goal. Well, that's the main goal that I want to achieve. I think like if I was gonna be completely delusional, I'd be like, I wanna have it finished by Sunday. I'm not gonna allow myself to be delusional. I think, actually, let me check. Okay, so what is left of November? It is the 19th today. So that is technically 10 days, right? So if I finish my board, as in Save the Cat Beats, by Sunday, the 24th of November, I then have just shy of a week to finish the other minor details on the board, and then have a ready to go board for the 1st of December, where I can kick in and start doing draft 3. Okay, I'm feeling good. That is all for this video. I hope I made sense. It is what it is. I will see you guys in the next one.